2011 CTS-V. Not sure how many miles on it. Looks fairly stock under the hood. It's an auto. And it's stock. What's your guess?
405? No, 420.
Alright, Kyle's not even close. Alright.
What are you guessing?
490.
Alright, I'm going 515.
Kyle said 420.
Oh my god. This thing's made. What do you guys guess?
515 and he guessed 490.
Yeah.
Blower pulled off.
Yep.
Ready to head over to Kong and get ported.
That's the plan.
They looking stainless?
They're looking stainless. They're just giving you header bolts. That's it. We love that. Oh, and then your dipstick bolt? Oh, that's progressive right there. Slip fit. Yeah. 2-inch Jones, eh? If I'm mistaken, this thing's gonna have cats, which we're gonna have to destroy. Fucking damn it. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You fucking serious?
Oh, nice. That
Matt, I'm gonna have you weld some more stuff.
pipe's a little crushed there.
What? No, whatever. I have to gut these fucking cats, so I'm just gonna fucking cut them.
How you been liking these stainless works?
No comment. Huh? No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
Really a pain in the ass to put in?
Not a pain in the ass to put in, it's just the system is not ideal.
Not ideal.
I'm trying to keep it so we can keep this segment in the video.
So you prefer to do an American racing one?
Yes. Yes, I would.
The story with that is, and why we've been doing so many different exhausts, is American Racing is like moving their whole shop, so they haven't been able to keep up with the demand of exhausts. So we haven't been able to get systems from them. So we've been having to go to Phillips Stainless Works. I think you can do these injectors in 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
I only have 4 minutes worth of footage left.
Garrett.
So you got your catch can all mounted and set up there?
You know, Garrett, there's a
Pretty
lot
nice.
that's been done since, you know, yeah, we got the full exhaust now, we got a catch can mounted, all the can things done, getting the fucking heat exchanger in there now, supposed to have a pump that has been MIA, and then getting the blower back tomorrow morning, so it's coming along, Garrett.
This isn't the heat exchanger that says in the instructions 12 times that it's the best one, is it?
No, that's Weapon X.
Huh?
That's the Weapon X.
Oh, okay.
That's the double one. That's when that you take this thing out, and it's the 2-1 that sits one right up here, one right down there.
Oh, okay.
That stupid thing. No, this is quality unit. Right? I mean, other than it saying it's the best heat exchanger on the market, I mean, it wasn't a bad heat exchanger. You had to run all new lines, so.
It was just funny that it said that in the instructions. Fucking 12 different times.
Yeah, this is only, you know, we use these ones a lot. Just the CSF joint.
Just after that, you're kind of just waiting on your blower.
Yep, getting that tomorrow morning. So, this thing will be running tomorrow, Garrett.
Nice. What'd you want me to say?
What you're gonna say?
Wow, Kyle, you got the blower on.
Look at that port.
Got that Kong ported blower back, I see. Had this thing running all 8 today.
I hope so.
What do you think it's gonna make, Garrett?
735.
775.
735.
Put the front stuff on, run my catch can line, and put the lid on.
So you're putting in the pump and
Hey, this dead little
Notice there was
mousey
some-
with his head wedged right here. I was going up here and I was like, I felt some eyes on me.
Some watchful eyes staring at you.
Things like doing it the right way. Yeah.
2011 V. Got 30,000 miles on it. We did a bunch of stuff. We did a 255 upper pulley, ID 1050s, R5-inch air intake, full cam package, 2-inch American Racing headers, Kong ported blower, Nick Williams 103. We did a heat exchanger, a coolant pump, and a Motion Raceworks catch can. It baseline 493 and 501. I don't know if it was stock or not when it got here. Let's see what she's got. $634, $618. I wasn't even a full pull. I let off at like 6,000. First pull. I don't, even if the air fuel and stuff's good, for some reason I just don't like to rip it all the way out. Unless it's like a C6Z, I don't know. I just like to check shit. I didn't change anything. I'm just gonna make another rip. .648, 607 torque. All right, a couple fueling changes. .662. I think the heat exchanger needs to get bled a little bit more. You want to see if Eric wants to come check this heat exchanger? I think it needs to be bled a little bit more, maybe. We'll be back. We'll do that. All right, I didn't make any tuning changes. Eric just like we rebled the coolant system. So I'm just gonna see what the AITs do just on a pull. .666. They're much better. 20 degrees cooler than they were before. So I'm gonna throw a little bit of timing at this thing and see what she likes. .672. I'm gonna let this thing chill. It's hot as today. Like 94 and disgustingly humid. We'll be back. All right, let this thing cool down since it is literally ridiculously hot out. I'm gonna see what the feels like temperature is. Not as bad as I thought. It's 90, it says it feels like 96. Let's see what we got. .705, 658 torque, 704, but whatever. On 15 pounds too, just solid. I'm gonna do a trans pull in this, then we'll see. I'll be right back. So the last one we did with the exact combo made like 15 horsepower more, but it also made, I think, around 15 or 20 more on the baseline. So puts it right in line with the exact same gain, which I know a lot of people are like, oh, their dyno reads high. Like, listen, I don't care if this car made 200 and it ended up at 400, or it made 2,000 and ended up at 2,200 or whatever. If it picks up the same amount of horsepower, that's all we're looking at. So you can cry about however you want to cry about it. The gain is what we're here for. See how it shifts. I don't think this thing's gonna hold second gear, so I'm just gonna do a 3-4 and see where it's at. I'm pretty sure I set up auto upshift, so we're about to find out. maybe I did not. Be right back. All right, let's see, let's try that again. Actually didn't think it was gonna shift, so I let out. I didn't think it was gonna shift, so I let out, and it shifted like as soon as I let out, so I'm just gonna do it again. I don't care about the wide band. Yeah, you can tighten the straps. I'm gonna make another pull. Tighten the straps so it's a little jumpy. Much better. That was snappy. This thing has a stock tire on it, doesn't it? I'm not even gonna attempt second gear. Either way, it's pretty gangster. Straight 93 octane, no meth, no flex fuel, nothing, and over 700 to the tire. It'll be a fun little car. Later. All right, got going for a little drive in this V. It's about to rain, so, and it's Friday, so I wanted to drive it before it rains. It's a little cloudy, but this thing should be stout, man. What did it make? Low 700s? 704. On pump gas. So just get in and drive it wherever the hell you want. Don't worry about nothing. Which is great. I mean, obviously you can't do that on a lot of setups and make a ton of power, but you can make relatively good power on straight 93. You know, obviously it needs a blower to make, you know, whatever, but 700 wheel in a 4,500 pound car, it will still run pretty damn good for the average person. Drive pretty close to stock. Sounds, you know, nothing crazy loud. I still have stock mufflers on it, which I love. You know, headers and stock mufflers. It's fairly quiet when we're just cruising around, but it's loud when you rip on it. That's what I love about like factory GM mufflers, like even like C6Z mufflers, like 01 mufflers, 6th gen mufflers, all that stuff. Like I love factory cat back or whatever, factory axle back, whatever you want to call it. Factory mufflers and headers by far sounds the best. Corsa sounds great, yes, etc., but it is loud, and depending on the car, like V2s and stuff, they don't have factory valves in them, so it's loud all the time. Like I do believe Corsa offers a valved system on 6th gen Camaros. I don't know if they do on any other vehicle, but stuff like that, yeah, it can be nice as a second alternative. But factory exhaust, especially if it has valves in it, is awesome, because if it has valves in it and you leave a factory muffler on it, I mean, those things are literally almost silent. They're almost silent when the valves are closed, and they scream when they get opened up. Just pull over, going for a normal little cruise, got the AC pumping, it is hot as shit out. It's not as crazy today because it's cloudy, because it's about to rain, but like, so I think it's only like high 80s today. I'm gonna check real fast. High 80s, but it's muggy. It is 88 right now. It feels like 95. But yeah. Making sure this thing starts up good, nice and warm. AIT2s right now are 115, which is not terrible, but considering like how hot and muggy it is out. And this thing has a stock tire on it, so I doubt second gear is going to be able to do anything. So maybe I'll just try and rip it in third. If it'll even do anything. I'm going 50 right now. Yeah, obviously it's not going to spin third gear at that low of a mile an hour. It hit traction control a little bit on the 3/4 shift though. Just because a stock tire on a car that makes this much power is, I'd say, almost useless. Other than that, this thing's super clean, actually. He commented on the last V that we did, the one that had like 3,000 miles on it. It was like my V is there now, and I thought mine was clean. But honestly, this thing for 30,000 miles is almost just as clean as one with 3,000 miles on it. This thing is really, really clean.